Hey, what's up, guys? Often when I go on walks with my dog, I like to listen to anabolic doctors on YouTube and just different people's opinions so I could gain a better understanding of the topic of anabolic steroids and how to safely and effectively use them. And that's something that I'm getting into now myself, which is going through a blast cycle. And what I'm trying to figure out is what would be, quote, the most perfect cycle to take. And by perfect, I mean safe and effective. And I know everybody is different. They respond differently to different anabolics. Like, for example, some people aromatize testosterone on a lot lower doses than people who can tolerate higher doses. And people have different goals. Like, if you're going to want to go on a big bulking goal, or if you're a power lifter, you might take certain compounds, where bodybuilders and just fitness enthusiasts and somebody who wants to expand their TRT dose to like an HRT dose, kind of like what I'm doing, that's a different goal set. So mine aren't going to be the same as a Sam Sulek's or whoever else in the fitness or in the bodybuilding competitors. So to get right to it, I think I found a good way to create what I see as the perfect cycle for myself anyway, and through all the research that I've done. And for me, it was starting with 250 milligrams of testosterone as kind of the TRT dose, and then titrating it from there, which means like changing the dose up, bringing it up. I was doing it 50 milligrams a week roughly up until I reached around 400 milligrams a week, 3 times, and splitting that 3 times a week. Now I'm adding in the primobolan to that because I reached that point where I was feeling the estrogen effects. So adding the primobolan is that anti-estrogen agent. Now there might be a few options. I've talked to a few guys who comment on my videos about anti-estrogen. But the one thing that, again, through my research, is some people kind of proactively take some anti-estrogen compound that is an anabolic that just totally crushes their estradiol in their system. And that's something that, from what I'm researching, you don't want to do. Like, some people might think that estrogen bad, testosterone good. No, you need both. And the reason why is, so I'll go back. You get the testosterone, that creates estrogen, right? You have some other anabolic that mitigates the estrogen, so it's not going off the charts. You're not getting gyno. And that also has an anabolic effect, so it's kind of cumulative. And primobolan's the one that I'm going with. Masteron might be another example of something, or even EQ, although EQ, I've talked about this in the last few videos, that there might be more negative side effects from that than primobolan. So I'm thinking primobolan's the optimal choice. And then on top of that, because we didn't totally crush our estrogen, we're going to add HGH on top of that. And I'm thinking 6 IUs is good. There's a saying that a lot of people say, take as much HGH as you can afford because it's expensive as shit. And that's what I'm going to buy 2 kits of it probably this week. And the reason why HGH with the estrogen is because estrogen converts HGH to the IGF factor 1, which is what is used for anabolic properties of that's why people take HGH. If you totally crushed your estrogen, you're taking HGH, from my understanding, it would do little to nothing. So why this is a perfect cycle, I see it, is because you're having the balance. You're escalating these hormone levels in your body, but in a way where it's balanced. The ratio's there, and there's a synergistic effect taking place. And that's what the most important thing is. The reason, again, I'll go back to the primobolan, is I took it is because I think it's the most reputable anabolic to stack onto testosterone by bodybuilders. Like apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was his favorite, that was his drug of choice. And the reason why is because you can build some good lean muscle with it, but without the side effects. Now there still might be some side effects, like even hair loss might be one, but you know, you're not gonna have like super high blood pressure, or you're not gonna swell up, like blow it up with sorry, I'm slipping on mud here, like you might with something like Deca, and you're not gonna, it's not gonna affect, like, you're not gonna get limp dick on it. So that's why I believe it's a good choice, and I believe that's something that can be then sustainable for the long run. Obviously, you're not going to be just fully blasting, not like all year. I'm planning on doing it 3 or 4 months and kind of doing that in waves. And then when I come down, bring it down to a TRT dose, or just a little bit above a TRT dose. And so that's what I'm thinking about, why Primo Bone is a good choice. And the last thing I want to mention is Anavar, potentially kind of as the icing on the cake on top of it. Now, Anavar, you don't really need too much. The reason why I believe the best reason to take it, which I took it already in the past, is first of all, it has great anabolic properties. You can build mad strength on it. But you take it as like a pre-workout, and it's like, I thought pre-workout was good. Man, when you take Anavar, you get like, you go beast mode in the gym. It affects your central nervous system and your like mind muscle connection and everything. You're just feeling it hard. So, you know, even all you need is even just like 20 milligrams an hour before you work out, and then maybe later in the day take another 20 if you really want. But yeah, like, and you only take it, I'd only recommend taking it for like 6 weeks, because it does have some potential toxicity effects. But that's just kind of the add-on to that quote perfect cycle that I've found anyway. What do you guys think about that? Like, I don't want to oversimplify it. I know there's many routes you can take to reach kind of whatever goals you have, but I think by doing this kind of this ratio of different compounds, and the ratio being up to a 1-to-1 primo testosterone. I'm doing like a 4-to-3 testosterone primo, so like 75% of I'm going to take a primo of what a testosterone I'm taking. So if I'm taking 100 test, then I'm going to take 75 primo, but it's more like I'm taking 400 test and then 3 something primo, and then kind of escalate it from there. And the reason why you don't want to just go into like full blast necessarily is because your body might become acclimatized to what you're taking. So I think you want to ramp it up over the weeks that you're taking it. and also the reason for that is you don't want to just go until you shock your system, because apparently if you shock your system, that's when like your hair could fall out, things like that. So that's what I'm thinking. I took my first shot of Primo yesterday, and I just filled this syringe with the testosterone, just mixed right into it. And yeah, so stay tuned and see what I'm gonna report in the next upcoming weeks on what I'm noticing with doing that. So thanks for everybody for watching and commenting on my posts. I've had some interesting comments which make me think, and that's a great thing. I think that's what the beauty of YouTube is sharing ideas and growing in a community setting, especially something like anabolics, which is still kind of being researched, right? So I think it's a really great thing. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.